This is the BF, the new mirrorless full frame camera system from Sigma in Almond. Before we go any further, this is my camera bought with my own money. Everything I'm about to say about this camera is my opinion and my opinion only. Sigma have not paid me or coerced me to make these videos or say any of the things that I'm about to say about this camera system. Right, that done with, let's get on with the video. Greetings everybody and welcome to a sunshiny day in the landscape. And just as he says that, the sun goes behind a cloud. Anyway, we're going to carry on. The sun is coming and going and has been all morning. Now the conditions that we've got today are perfect for me to demonstrate and have a play with a little additional attachment to go with my Sigma BF, which you can see on the tripod behind me. Now, one of the criticisms of the camera, and to be fair, it's something that I have also experienced, is that on a bright sunshiny day, like we've got today when the sun's not behind a cloud, it's difficult to see the LCD screen. And on a city break to Prague, where we had a couple of days where it was bright and sunshiny, I will have to admit I did struggle to see the LCD screen, and that was even though it was at its absolute brightest. Now, doing a little bit of research, I found a little attachment from a company called JJC. I will link to the attachment in the description below, but effectively it's an LCD hood. So that bit there, that fits over the LCD, and then on the back you've got an eye cup and a little lens, and the whole thing is collapsible, so you can actually vary how pronounced the thing is, although I have to admit I have found it works best when it's at its maximum. It comes with its own attachment plate, which is already on the camera, which is Arca Swiss compatible, and on that plate is a little rail onto which this piece here slides. So let me show you what it is that I'm contending with whilst the sun is out, and then we'll also try it with this as well. I should make the point, this is the first time I've actually tried to use it in anger. I've had a play with it in my playroom at home and in the garden, but I've never actually tried to use it practically in the landscape. So we're on a bit of a journey of discovery, all of us. So let's go behind the camera and have a look and see how we get on playing with this. Okay, we're going to go mobile for a minute. So you can quite clearly see my camera there, tilted on its side, and our subject is absolutely wonderful tree that you can see out there in the distance. Beautiful colour, beautiful shapes, and it's catching the light superbly. Now, I am having to shoot through this gate. I'm not allowed to go through this gate because it quite clearly says no public access. So I am up against the gate as much as I can possibly be, which you can see quite clearly there. Two tripod legs right up against, and then I've got another one just tucked in as much as possible. Now then, let's get to this attachment. So there is the tripod plate. As you can see, straight away you do lose the capability to use an L bracket. I haven't found a way to combine the use of the two, which is a little bit frustrating if I'm being perfectly honest. Now, you can probably see the LCD screen quite clearly, but trust me, when the sun does come out, and irritatingly, it's just gone behind a cloud, that scene is incredibly difficult to look at, even if I manipulate. There we go, the sun's come out, excellent. Let's just go to exposure compensation. Even if you brighten the scene up on the LCD using exposure compensation, it's quite hard to see. The video camera's actually doing a really good job of it, and the sun isn't cooperating. So there we go, never mind. Take my word for it. So this has a little rail on it, which slides on said L bracket like so, and you can see quite clearly how it works. It sort of cups the LCD screen, and then it gives you, is this going to work? It gives you, forgive me, the video camera is not cooperating. There we go. It gives you a representation inside that eye cup, but hopefully you can see that representation of the scene is significantly clearer than that one, especially when the sun is out. In fact, I think the sun's actually gone behind a tree as well. Trust me, when the sun's fully out, it's really quite difficult to see the LCD. So I'm just going to refine my composition. I'm sort of reasonably happy with it, but I'm just going to have a little bit of a tweak. One of the other things to note about this LCD hood is that on each side is a bracket with a little slidey notch and an adjustment screw. So you can actually vary the height of the hood up and down. I've got this one at its maximum in order to make it fit the camera. I have had to modify it ever so slightly. I'll get to the modification in a moment because I would actually like to grab this image. So let's just do that. Excuse me, let's just do that quickly. Let's go to said camera. I think the composition is more or less there already. I have actually had a good old play with it prior to starting the video. And what are we? F10. Let's just double check the histogram. Histogram looks good. 2-second timer. Take the picture. It's bloody typical, isn't it? Stop recording and the sun comes back out. So I'm going to show you the modification that I've made. And I made the modification because the hood didn't go quite high enough in the adjustment track. So I've had to do two things. I've trimmed the plastic back at the top of the hood. Hopefully you can see, I'm just running my finger around it now. There's a loop of plastic there, then the nut. There was also a loop of plastic above the top. I've removed that and I've done it on both sides. Additionally, I have elongated the slot by quite a lot, actually, by nearly 1 centimetre, so that the hood now rises quite a bit more up in the mechanism than it did previously. It wasn't out by much, maybe, I don't know, centimetre maybe slightly less. Perhaps I'm being a bit unfair, but it needed that little extra height in order to get up to the LCD screen that's on the Sigma BF. Just one other aspect worth noting. The bottom bracket that this hood attaches to, the slot for it is quite deep, and it also comes with a handy little spanner that magnetizes onto the bottom so you never lose it. Now I had actually noticed I'd done it a little bit loose, so I'm just going to tighten it up, and obviously what that allows you to do is vary the distance between the LCD and the hood. Now I have it so that the hood is quite tight on the LCD. It's quite difficult to do this and hold it on camera, so let me just do that. I'll just do that up. There we go. So now the hood is right up against the LCD screen. Yeah, it's got a little bit of flex, but not enough really to make that much of an impression, I suppose. I've also just realized that there is a screw thread on the bottom of this bracket, and I'm wondering, would my L bracket fit that? I think yes. So this is the L bracket that I found that fits the BF quite nicely, and I will do a video actually about this L bracket because I think it's very good for this camera. Right, let's just see if we can attach it. Oops. So that's gone on there, nice and tight. I've still got access to the slidey thing if I want it. It feels relatively sturdy, and I've still got access to the strap mount if I really want it. Yeah, well, the acid test is to go and mount it on the camera. So let's slide that on. Yep, that's fine. Right, so the acid test is, can I take that off and then do that? To which the answer is yes. Yeah, I think we have a winner. So definitely a little bit of a voyage of discovery for us all on that one, because I wasn't planning to play with the L bracket today, literally just to try out the LCD hood. And it's just sort of occurred to me that there's actually no reason why I can't leave it attached like that, because this slides, I thought the tripod was going to go, this slides off, of course. So I could fold that away like so. So it folds down nice and small, put it in a protective pouch, that can sit in the bag ready to be used, and I can just leave the camera like that. And of course, with this bracket attached, yeah, wow, wicked. Now, I would make the point, this is not a perfect solution. By any stroke of the imagination, is it a perfect solution? But as far as I'm aware, it's the only thing available on the market that gives us anywhere close to some kind of EVF type capability on the BF camera. And as far as I'm aware, it's the only thing that I've found that overcomes the fact that the LCD is difficult to look at on a bright sunshiny day. So for the users of the BF system, I hope that that's been useful and helpful. As I said, I will leave a link to this hood in the description below. I think it'll be an Amazon link. I think they also sell it on eBay as well, but whatever links I can find, I will post them in the description below. I think it's definitely worth considering if you feel that the LCD brightness is something you want to try and deal with. If there's anybody out there that's found a different solution to this challenge, please let me know, because as I say, this isn't perfect. And if there's something out there that's better, then I would be really, really chuffed to know about it. Right, I'm going to leave this video here. My tummy has just rumbled. I think it's time to go and find some lunch. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please do search my channel for more and other videos that feature the BF and, of course, other Sigma cameras. Until we meet again, everybody take care, stay safe, look after each other. Bye for now.